All right, folks, for today's beginner's class, we've got a bunch of things we're going to be doing. We're going to do some quick review on break falls, which we haven't been able to practice that much before today. We're going to be doing some of our punches. We're going to be doing some of our beginner blocking basic motions. Lots to cover this week as we're getting ready for our first wave of promotions to new belts coming up. So let's just jump right in with some warm-ups and we'll take it from there. Okay, so before we get into the majority of class, we're going to do a quick warm-up, get our body ready for class, get moving. Right, warm-ups are important for our heart, our muscles, all of our joints. Each one of these moves is going to be about 30 seconds long. We're going to be doing 3 of them. So let's get started. We're going to start off with ski jumps, right? We're going to go for 30 seconds, just jumping side to side. Right, make sure you're breathing, balancing on your feet, taking small jumps. Right, we're not trying to go super fast, we're not going super far. We're just letting our body get moving. You can shake out your arms a little bit if you want. Right, you can wiggle a little bit in your upper body. Right, but just keep bouncing those feet side to side, side to side. All right, that's 30 seconds of ski jumps. Next, we're going to be doing some push-ups. As we do our push-ups, there are a few different ways. I'll cut in for you so you can see different angles on. But we're going to do 30 seconds of push-ups your way. Ready, set, and go. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. The big thing you're aiming to do during your push-ups today is just to make sure you're getting that full range of motion, getting your chin to the floor. Whatever works for you. You may need to switch between different styles of push-ups. Like I said, I'm showing 4 of them on the screen now, but pick the one that works for you, and you may change it, right? Maybe do 5 with your legs straight, 10 with your legs bent, whatever it is, that's fine. All right, and we're done with push-ups. Last warm-up move, we're gonna do some front kicks, alternating legs. All we wanna do is kick about belt height, one leg and the other leg. Ready, set, and go for it. Nice and easy. Make sure you're breathing, getting our body ready to do some martial arts, not hurting ourselves, staying safe, right? During your warm-ups is a good time to think about things like, am I keeping my hands up, right? Because you're not really working on speed, right? Think about maybe, am I bending my knee as I do my front kick, or am I keeping it straight? Almost there, and we're done. All right, so we're done with warm-ups. Now let's get ready for class. All right, folks, we're going to be working on our blocking basic motions, and we're really going to be testing to see if you know the pattern very, very well. And one of the ways you can test if someone really knows something is if they can break it down and jump into it in different ways, right? So we're going to do a quick review of our blocking basic motions 2, maybe 3 times, and then after that, we're going to jump into the challenge version for today. So we're going to set up in our horse stance, right? Hands back. Okay, now I'm going to be mirroring, so you should be using your left hand first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so those are the moves that we're going to be doing. If you followed along, great. We're going to do it 2 times where we make sure that everybody follows along, and then we're going to start breaking it down. Ready? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, this time I'm going to say the name of the blocks. Same order. High block, cross body block, low block, middle block, high, cross, low, middle. Okay, so hopefully you know that pattern. Hopefully you're doing your blocks properly. What we're going to do now is I'm going to challenge you not by counting in order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Instead, I'm going to say a random number, right? Like 1 or 7 and then 3, right? All sorts of jumbled way, and you want to try and figure out which block it is, right? So we're going to do a couple practice ones where I'm going to do the block at the same time as you. All right, it's going to look like this. So we do 1. That's 1. We put it back, right? And then we do 5. Well, what's 5? Well, it's the other hand high block, okay? And then we've got 7. Well, that's a low block. And then we've got 4. That's a middle block. And 3. That's a low block. And 6, that's a cross body block. 5, good, and what could we do now? Oh, let's do 4, good, and 7, good. What could we do? I'm running out of numbers. It's so confusing. 8. Okay, so hopefully you're able to do that, right? Now we're going to get into the test round, okay? And what we're going to do is I'm going to say the number, and then I'm going to do a block a moment or two later. And what you're really aiming to do is complete your block before mine and do it correctly, right? So if I say 1, you want to get your high block up before I get my high block up, okay? If I say 8, you want to get your middle block out before I get my middle block out, okay? So we're going to start off kind of easy, right? This is kind of level 1 of this challenge. I say the number, try and beat me. Best of luck to you. Here we go. Show me 5. Okay, and bring it back down. Show me 6. And bring it back down. Show me 4. Show me 3. How about 2? Okay, and as long as you're finishing your block before me, you should say, all right, I'm doing it, I'm doing the thing. And if you fall behind, that's okay, you know, it's part of learning. 6, 8, 5, 3, need like a random number generator, that'd be fun for this. Maybe someday. 6, 1. Okay, so that was the easy round. Hopefully you were able to keep up with me / beat me, right? If you weren't, that's okay. This round's going to get a little bit harder, okay? I'm going to give you much less time, and I'm going to move a little bit faster. So once you do finish your block before mine, if you can. If you can't, that's all right. It's a little bit challenging. Here we go. Get your mind right. Stay focused. You got to really concentrate. This is a really good focus challenge. 2, 6, 8, 3, 1, 5. To decide. 7. 7. 2. 1. 5. 6. I tricked myself. That wasn't 6. This is 6. Ha! Trickery. Right? 3. 6. That time I got it right. Practice makes, well, better than I was before. 7. 4. And last one, I have to pick a good one. 8. All right. So hopefully you're able to keep up with me as we do those blocks. That's a good way to practice, to really see if, like, do I remember the pattern really, really well, or do I just kind of flow through it without really thinking, right? Different parts of your brain involved in that, actually, so kind of an interesting challenge to do. All right, so everybody, great job today. Let's get ready for the next part of class. All right, we're going to do some quick punches today. We're going to be doing 30 seconds of some simple punches / punching combinations, right? Whatever the punches are that we're doing, you're going to go with your goal in mind. Maybe you're working on keeping your hands up. Maybe you're working on power. Maybe you're working on speed. Maybe you're working on stepping, right? We're going to let you kind of fill in that blank. And you're in charge of your own improvement here, right? So you want to go in with a goal in mind. Some of the more common goals that we would look for are things like keeping your other hand up, right? Stepping as you do your punch, or twisting as you do your punch, whichever is appropriate, right? Working on speed, making sure you recover straight back instead of letting your hand drop down. Those are all some things we're going to think about. We're going to be starting off with a simple jab. We're going to jab straight ahead, and we're just going to go for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. So you can see I'm stepping into my jab, right? Keeping my other hand high by my cheek or chin is going to be okay, right? Keep punching. And again, maybe you want to work on some speed. Maybe you want to slow down, pay attention to detail. these are the choices that you get to make for yourself, right? It's great because you have this freedom. It's also great because you have this responsibility, right? Just keep practicing. Those two things go hand in hand, by the way. Good, all right. So that's 30 seconds. That went fast. We're going to be punching with our other hand. I'm going to turn sideways so you get a different point of view for this. As long as you're using your other hand, you switch to your legs, you're good to go. Ready, and go. 30 seconds. You can see I'm stepping into the punch, keeping my hands up, right? You can see that small step. That's going to give me a little extra range, a little extra power. And you can also see my hand coming straight back. Almost at a time. Keep your punches going. All right, so that's enough jabs. And I was trying to demonstrate a few different things you might be working on in your punches. What I want you to do is, whatever your goal is, stick with that same goal for the full 30 seconds. Don't get bored in the middle, okay? I have to show you different things because that's my responsibility as a teacher, but when you're trying to improve yourself, pick one thing, work on it. Don't get like, oh, you know, I gotta practice something else. No, keep practicing. We're gonna do our cross now where we twist and punch straight ahead, okay? So we're gonna be going for, again, 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. The biggest extra challenge of throwing a cross is just the twisting of our hips and our feet. By twisting our hips and our feet, we generate more power. But maybe you're not worried about that. Maybe you've got that speed thing on your mind again. Okay. Maybe you're just trying to keep your hand up, right? The important thing for you is to practice. Good. We're going to switch our legs. And a great way to pick what you should practice is just remember what we told you last time you were in class. Or if you had a private session and the instructor said, like, hey, you've got to work on this. Try to remember that thing. Do that thing. All right, we're going 30 seconds the other hand. Again, I'm turning sideways just so you get a different point of view. Good, and again, have a goal in mind. Right? You should be able to know instantly what your goal was. And if you say, oh, I don't remember what my goal was, that's a bad sign. It means you didn't have a goal. If you don't have a goal, it's highly likely you won't achieve a good goal. Good, all right. So we got through our two basic punches. Now we're going to do a combination, a jab and then a cross. Same thing, 30 seconds, right? Pick your goal, think, all right, I'm doing my jab cross, I'm going to do this. It could be to still work on one of those two punches, or it could be to work on how you coordinate the two punches together. You get to choose. That's a great thing, all right? Go ahead, jab cross, jab cross. And again, it doesn't matter to me which side you're on right now. As long as you're jabbing with your front hand, throwing your cross with your back hand. Two. Just keep moving. 30 seconds. Time flies when we're punching. Good, all right, 30 seconds down. Other side, same combination. You're gonna see that jab, cross, right? One thing you'll notice when you jab, you don't reset before you cross. You reset afterwards. Ready? And go for it. Think, what's your goal? Right? What am I supposed to be working on right now? I keep my hands up. Am I turning with power? I'm trying to do a lot of turns. Maybe just going really fast. Right? Am I going slow? It's important to have a goal. Keep practicing, almost at a time. Good. And stop. Okay. So that's pretty good for today in terms of working on those punching combinations, right? We're going to switch things up a little bit with another activity. Right, let's get ready for that. All right, so as we keep talking about focus, I want to talk about things that we might do, right, when we feel like we're losing focus, right? Because it happens to everyone that you're doing something and you just lose your ability to focus. You get a little bit tired, your brain gets a little bit tired, and when that happens, it's important to know how to challenge yourself intelligently, right, and give yourself a rest. So one thing I want to talk to you about is being able to kind of rest and reset for a brief moment, right? A lot of kids, they're like, oh yeah, sure, I want to go rest and reset. I'm going to go watch cartoons for 3 hours, right? It's like, maybe not so much that, right? But a short, like 3 to 5 second break can be really, really helpful in helping us to refocus our eyes, our ears, and our mind on what we're doing. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take 3 deep breaths, just really slow. Most people, when they do that, they feel their body actually change, right? And that restful moment of taking a few deep breaths can really make all the difference in letting us get back to doing what we're doing really well in a productive manner. Only taking 5 seconds to kind of sharpen the saw is not really a waste of time. It's a great approach. I do it all the time when I start to feel a little bit overwhelmed, right? I'll just stop, take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths, right? And then I can jump back into the activity that I was doing and do it at a high level, which is really the whole point of focus, is to be able to do it at a high level so we don't have to waste time doing it and we don't get it wrong so we have to redo it later, right? So when you start to feel yourself a little bit out of focus, stop, 3 deep breaths just like we did, and jump back in. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths and then we're going to move on with the rest of the class. Here we go. All right, great job. Let's keep moving. So as you know, for us, break falls is a really important part of our training program. Super important for self-defense. Also, super not easy to practice at home. Right, now, when we're practicing our break falls today, we're going to be using something like a beach towel or a yoga mat, something that you could lie down on, but it's not super wide, okay? And we're not going to be going really hard, so it doesn't have to be super soft either. But like I said, yoga mat or a beach towel is basically perfect for this. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking our alignment and our leg position, right? And these little details, they really add up in terms of making your break fall more effective and safer, right? So I'm going to do this sideways. You can do this facing towards me. It doesn't really matter on your part. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to do our back break fall. And when we do our back break fall, we're going to focus on letting our shoulders touch the beach towel / mat, whatever you're on, but not our head, right? So we're going to do 3 of those. Ready, go 1, 2, head up, shoulders down, and 3, head up, shoulders down. Okay. Now, we're going to do our side break falls. When we do our side break falls, we want to make sure we end up with one shoulder on the beach towel, right? Or the mat. So if I fall straight sideways and then land on my shoulder here, you can see my shoulder kind of went off the beach towel. What I want to do when I do a side break fall is I want to twist onto my side. Now my shoulder's on the beach towel. So I'm still on my side, but I fell kind of backwards and twisted. Okay? So we're going to do 3 of those. Ready, go 1, shoulder down, and you can slap your hands if you want. It's not required yet. And 2, and your hand may go off. Right? Like mine's on the mat off the beach towel. That's okay. Just don't slap really hard. 3. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side, and I'll turn around a little bit so I fall the other way, but you guys are going to do the exact same thing. So I fall down, shoulders on the floor, shoulders on the towel. Good, get back up. 2, shoulder on the towel, get back up, and 3. Okay, so that twisting into our side break fall is an important thing to practice. We're going to add in one more thing, which is what we do with our legs. Now, as I do a back break fall, a very common mistake people make is they bring their legs too far back, right? And they end up kind of lifting their behind up, and that pulls their head into the floor, okay? And we never want to hit our head on the floor. That's the number 1 rule of a good break fall. Don't bang your head in the ground. So what I do is I push my legs that way, okay? So depending on which way you're facing, right? Maybe you're pointing your feet at the screen if you're falling backwards. You want to make sure that your knees are pushed away, not here. Here, and you're going to feel, oh, Cynthia, Jeff, when I do that, my tummy has to work. Yeah, that's the point. Push your knees away, and by using those muscles, it will slow you down as you kind of rock down into the floor instead of collapsing down into the floor. All right, so we're going to do 3 of those. Think about pushing your feet away. We're going to hold it out for like a second or 2 just to give you a second to, feel like, all right, I'm pushing my feet away. Ready? 1. And again, you can slap your hands, not absolutely required. 2, push those feet away, push them. And 3. Obviously not all the way on the floor, because if we just collapse, it's no good. Right? They serve as a counterbalance. There's a whole bunch of physics involved. Okay, now we're gonna do our side break fall. I'm gonna stay on this side. You can do either one. When you fall on your side, your top leg is important. See, one of the things you don't want to have happen as you do a break fall is you don't want your leg to collapse down on top of your other leg. In particular, slapping your knees and ankles together is not a good idea. So to make that easier, to keep my legs separated, I bend this leg instead of letting it be straight, right? You'll find if you hold out like this for a little while versus this for a little while, this is much easier to do. Again, physics, right? So we're gonna do our side break fall. Lie down, keep this one bent, still shoulder on the towel, right? So we still have to have both these things right. It's not like we forget one. So we're gonna do 3 of those. Ready, go 1, on my side. Good, get back up. And 2, on my side. And we're still improving, even though we're kind of limited what we can practice on our break fall. Go ahead, 3. Just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna do the other side, right? I'll turn a little bit. Ready, and go 1. You can see this leg is really bent instead of straight. That's what we're looking for. Get back up. 2, on your side. Shoulders on the towel. Not your head though. And 3. Okay, so those are a couple of little details that you can work on as you practice your break falls at home to still improve every single day, right? So let's get ready for the next part of class. All right, folks, so we're going to be working on our punching combinations a little different way. We're going to see if we can do it under a little bit of pressure. And one of the ways we create pressure is by forcing ourselves to move, okay? When you have the time to stop and sit up and think, it's so much easier, right? That's why if you watch a sport like basketball, free throws are so much easier to shoot than a normal shot. There's nothing kind of making it harder for you, okay? However, we want to be good at it, so we're going to challenge ourselves in a different way. We're going to start off with just some simple jumps. Now you're going to be using something like a yoga mat or a towel or a blanket that you're going to be setting up on the floor in front of you. And what you're going to be aiming to do is jump over it without touching it. Okay? And I start off in a fighting stance. I jump, swing back foot, and I switch. I'm in a fighting stance the other way. Okay? Now if you're doing it properly, you always kind of have your belly pointed at the screen so you can see me. Right? And again, I jump, I swing over, I don't touch. Okay? Now, by the way, if you don't have enough room in your house and you need to twist this and turn it sideways, that's fine, right? That's perfectly legitimate to do. But the idea is that you want to be able to jump over it and end up in a fighting stance and keep switching your legs. So we're going to do 4 of these just to kind of practice. Make sure you don't touch. 1, it's like the beach towel is lava. 2, it's lava. 3, don't step on the lava. 4. All right. So that's pretty easy, right? Now we're going to add in the part of throwing our punches. Now, the thing I want you to force yourself to do is make sure you throw your punches with good form, right? While still trying to jump and move and do all these things to add in extra motor planning really forces you to focus a lot more, be stronger, be faster, and do your punches really well. So if I say a number like 2, what you're going to do is you're going to jump over 2 times. You jump, punch, punch. See how my arms got all the way out there? Punch, punch, that would be 2, right? One of the things you're watching out for is this. You jump, and you do this kind of a punch, right? That ain't much of a punch, right? It looks like a hamster trying to escape from its cage. I don't think you're a hamster. Hopefully you're not a hamster. And if you are a hamster, I apologize for my prejudice against hamsters. Once one bit my finger when I was a kid. Wouldn't let go. It hurt so much. It was weird. Anyway, so we're going to be doing a jump, punch, punch, jump, punch, punch, jump, punch, punch. Do the number of jumps that I say, okay? And then, of course, try and beat me. I'm not going to be going my fastest one, give you a chance to win, but, I'll go a little fast. Here we go. Start off. Let's do 4 jumps. Go. Punch, punch. Punch, punch. Make sure you're extending your arms. And when you're done, stop and look and see if you beat me. If you did, great. If you didn't, that's okay too. We're going again. Let's do 6. Go, 6. Make sure you throw those punches. Turn your hip. Don't just wiggle your arms. You got to twist your body. 4, almost lost count, 5. Yeah, definitely lost count, but that's okay. I'm doing 1 extra, or 2 extras, I should say. All right, that's what I get for talking too much. So hopefully beat me that time, because I definitely made it too easy. All right, we're going again. Now I gotta make this one harder, because I can't let you beat me on the easy one. Or too many times in a row. Ready? Here we go. Show me 4. That time was a little faster. Okay. Let's do 8. Go. Oh, I stepped in the lava. That's no good. You don't want to step on the lava. Very nice. Very nice. So you can practice that as much as you want. The more you practice it, the better your punches will get. Assuming you're challenging yourself, but good job for now. Let's move on to the next part of class. All right, folks, so we're going to be doing a little end with balance challenge. Now, there's actually going to be 4 different ways you can try and do this. You get to pick whichever level you want, and you get 3 tries to try and beat it. Once you beat one of the levels, you're good. You can end the video and move on, right? So here are the 4 different options. I want you to try each and every one of these. All right, first one is you just stand on one foot with your foot up in the air, right? It can be anywhere you want, okay? It can move around, it doesn't matter, okay? That was easy, I hope. If it wasn't easy, well, that's probably the one for you to do. Second one, a little bit harder. We're gonna do the same thing, except we're going to just keep our foot stuck to our knee like this, okay? Again, a little bit harder than the last one, but not by much. If it's a challenge for you, that's probably the right one for you to be trying, at least for your first couple times in this game. Next one, we're gonna be doing it where we bring our knee up to our chest and give it a hug, right? Now you can see this is a little bit harder even for me, right? Just hold it for 30 seconds. Definitely a little bit more challenging. One of the keys here is 2 hands on your knee. You can't let go with 1 hand. Makes it a little bit easier to balance, but it's cheating, okay? So don't cheat. Last one, right? 4th one, definitely the hardest one. It's when you get into like a Superman stance. For those of you who don't know how a Superman stance works, you stand on one leg, you get your chest nice and low as your hips, and you keep your foot up nice and high, and you hold it. You can put your hands wherever you want, because Superman flies in all sorts of different shapes, sizes, right? Because he's Superman, he can do whatever he wants. He's Superman, okay? So you're gonna pick whichever one of those you wanna do. You get 3 tries. If you put your foot down and you fall down, you lose on that try, come back again. We're gonna give you 3 chances at 30 seconds. If you wanna try it some more afterwards, you can always rewind or set your own timer. Right, so ready? I'll show you the first one. I'll show you the easiest one first in case you wanna do that one. Ready, set, go. And you just gotta stand on one foot for 30 seconds. Now normally I might say to you like, hey, in class, if you put your foot down, do you give up or do you get up? Right? We would say, hey, we get up. But for today, since it's a challenge, if you put your foot down, just stop and rest, right? Much easier if you show focus as you do this. So look at one thing, so you don't move around too much, right? Try and look at something that doesn't move, right? Like furniture. All right, that's 30 seconds. If you made it, great. If you didn't make it, less great. That's okay, right? Because we got 2 more tries, right? Shake out your leg if you need to. If you want to do this a second time, you can, right? But you don't have to. Next one, I'm gonna show foot on knee, and we're gonna go for 30 seconds. Right, hold it. Again, much easier if you look at one thing that doesn't move. I wouldn't even look at the TV screen or the iPad, whatever you're watching on. I would look at something like a doorknob, right? Hopefully no one comes in your room. Right, just stare at that one thing, don't move. Try and make it for 30 seconds. You can put your hands out for balance if you need to. If you can keep them in, that's even better. But we just gotta make it for 30 seconds. Show your good focus. All right, that's 30 seconds, that one. Okay, second chance. If you made it and you wanna leave, you're good, you can go. If you wanna try a harder version, you can absolutely do that. It's extra credit, not required. All right, going to the 3rd turn, right, I'm gonna be grabbing my leg with 2 hands. Right, I'm gonna make sure my timer actually starts this time. Ready, set, and go. Grab, hold on with 2, try and balance. Now this is our last chance, so if you don't make it on this one, that's okay, right? You can either say, I'll get it next time, right? Or you can practice by yourself, right? Until you get it. Just set a timer for 30 seconds. A good way to use that timer, just what's your commercial? You can see sideways, my knee is up high, fighting for balance. A few more seconds, and time. All right, so if you made it, fantastic. If not, like I said, feel free to practice, or just come back next time that we're in class. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.